What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning in. This is A-Side Stories with K West. And as you see, it's not just K West tonight. I have a guest, and I'm very excited about this guest. This is one of my most favorite, bestest friends in the world. Introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? I am Keen Man, Keen_man on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me. I follow back. Hit me up, that type of thing. This is my first, YouTube video, Instagram story type of thing. So, you know, I'm here.
And we're so excited to have you because I know,
So
I
excited.
know
I've been
you're
looking forward
going
to talk about this.
You're going to be a key tonight. So let's get into it. What you drinking?
A little Crown Peach
Crown Peach.
ginger ale.
You can't find that everywhere.
Okay, exclusive.
Or maybe you can't find it everywhere here because it was in Denver when we went to Denver.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyways, either way, I have to come here to his house to get it. So you can't find it everywhere. Anyways, back to this. We are tonight I love this episode because we are going to be talking about Jazmine Sullivan's Hotels EP, which actually is what kind of started this show. Once this EP came out, I had a friend that texted me and was like, once I heard it, I thought about you. You could do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And I was like, you're right. But like, you could do that. And I was like, you know what? You're right. But I want to try to add to it, build on that. And so here we are talking about songs and then our own real life stories. What song will you be talking about tonight?
So, I definitely think that I have a song and a story to match with Pick Up Your Feelings. And then I think that also pairs with Antoinette's tale that she tells in between the songs. But if I were to start off, I think that Antoinette's tale, it basically describes a story of a girl or a woman, or a person who has gotten themselves so just entrapped in the thought of like telling a person that you have ownership of a thing or a person or a desire of your body. And so that related to me because I feel like I too have gotten in that predicament where I feel like I've kind of given myself ownership of something over myself. And then in return, it kind of leads to like this devastation when it doesn't work out in your favor. And so this story kind of describes a relationship between a person and another person that if you ever told somebody that, hey, you have control over my body, or this is yours,
This thing is yours.
this belongs to you. It ain't true. It ain't true. We always come back for what
Antoinette's tale.
Antoinette,
She said it's yours.
It's yours.
When all actuality,
but it's not really yours.
It's mine.
It's really mine.
I remember this one.
Sometimes you have to
Okay.
have a reminder to be woken up and say, okay, well, look, bitch, get it together, bitch. You ain't,
Okay, tell me the story. I
Get
need
your
to hear
shit
the story
together.
now.
All right.
Give me the story.
So the story dates back to 2014, right? So I met this person via app. I already had some type of like interest or fascination in this person via Instagram or Twitter or whatever the social media was back during that day. Because they were kind of like known and they had a nice body. So just so happened via this app, this person was in my city, and so we matched. And so we began conversation, and I knew that this person didn't live here, but it didn't matter at that point because it's just like, okay, well, look, bitch, you just match with somebody that's your crush. So what you gonna do? You gonna get it together. You gonna do what you gotta do. So, anyways, weeks went by, conversations were good, we matched, the chemistry was great, the vibe was great, and then we decided that person would come to visit me here in Atlanta. And so when they came to visit me, the fool that I was at the time, they came to my job. I handed over my car keys, my apartment key, and I was
He
like,
said the fool that he was at the time.
"What's up?" The fool that I was at the time. Gave them over my belongings and allowed them to have access to my space and my personal belonging. And when I got off work that evening, they had decked my apartment out with like flowers and balloons and all these things, because it was the weekend before Valentine's Day weekend. That was great. That was great. And so that kind of just coincided with my interest that I already had in this person. And so it was great. But then the person decided they wanted to leave early to go back home to Louisville, Kentucky. And so
Out of state.
I said, okay,
So they should have been gone
You
out
know.
of state. Okay.
out of state. Okay, cool. I later found out that that person also went to see someone else during their visit here in Atlanta.
After they had left to go
After
back
they
to
left me. And so, after the devastation of that, like I actually, side note, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I cried to Jasmine Sullivan's Forever Don't Last Long, because I was just like, I was heartbroken. Like, what do you expect? Like, this is the person that you had a crush in already on social media, and then you meet this person in real life, and then you all have this connection, and it's just like, this is meant to be. And then you find out that there's someone that they really aren't who they say
real
that they
life.
are in real life. I was crushed. I cried.
like cry or like
boo-hooed, cried on my work to work
oh
over this person.
from that song.
The first time that I've ever cried over someone. But I forgave. And so my favorite number is 3. So I was forgiving 3s, or I always do things in 3s. And so that was the first time. The second time they came back, they decided that they wanted to kind of make up for what they had during the first time. And then we were headed to the movies.
The first time and the second time?
The
Oh, I'm sorry. It's your story. It's your story. I'm listening.
first time and the second
Okay,
time, they wanted to make up for what they had done. And so we decided to go to the movies, and I had to go to the phone. So I decided to go to the phone. And then I found some things that I weren't impressed by.
Stop. They gave you the passcode to the phone, and even they
Yes,
still had some
because,
shit
you
in the
know, you
phone.
had some things to prove. Like, there was a trust thing on the
to prove that you
line,
wasn't
and-
shit, because clearly you found.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead. Go
mean,
ahead. Go
It
ahead.
ended up proving that it
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
shit.
Go ahead.
There's a trust thing on the line. And so after we proved that that wasn't the truth, we went back to the house. I said, turn the car around. No need for us to go to a movie. Pick up your shit, pack up your shit, pick up your feelings. I threw out Valentine's Day stuff. I threw out balloons. I threw out bears. I
You threw all that out.
Everything. Pack your bags. The weekend excursion is over. Go back home. Pick up your feelings. It's over. And I was done at that point. Like, I was done, because it's just like, how long or how much of a person do you take before they show you their real selves? And so, like, once they show you the first time, you kind of like believe it, but then you don't really believe it. And then they show you the second time, and it's kind of like, okay, well, maybe, you know, this is a pattern that you have going on. Maybe I should believe you. I made that person pack up their shit, and they had to get the fuck out. Now, me, like I mentioned earlier, I believe in 3s. So, of course, I had to give it a second chance. And I'm a Sagittarius. So, I love playing with the fire. You know, I like to tip the side on the line, you know, just in case. If you hurt my feelings the first time, I may come back to you just the second time, you know. Just to make sure that's right. And so,
You're not going to tell me another.
Went back to this person the third time. And at the third time, I was completely over it. You know? Because by then, I think I had made up my mind that it wasn't going to work. And then by then, I had begun to like dislike the person's voice and like everything they brought to me. The energy and the vibes. And so once they came back the second time, after that, I decided that it was over. It wasn't worth my time. And it was really like, for sure, this time, like, pick up all of your shit, everything that you brought. I don't care where you go, who you go with.
Strut.
Pump. Down that runway. That plane runway.
Strut. Ease
To
on
your
down the
flight,
motherfucking
or
road.
When you get in a rental car, get your shit. That's where we were. Get your shit and go. And from there, I do believe in karma. And so I think that karma definitely caught up with this person.
Mm.
Because I remember their car like got stolen, and it was caught on fire or some shit. It was just very unfortunate. And I was like, this is what happens when you do wrong by a person and you have to pick up your shit.
Everything
go.
you think about gonna crumble.
But I had to take back my power, right? So I think that there was a self-esteem issue or something that was going on during that time where I had to like real talk to myself and recognize like, okay, well, this is outside of you. This is out of your norm. Like at this time, make this person pick up their shit
and get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. Pick up the pieces and go. And that's what I did.
So you took 3 turns.
3 turns.
To finally realize it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's time for them to go.
Mm-hmm.
Why 3?
I just have a habit of 3s. It's a bad habit of mine. I do things in 3s.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't suggest it to the normal person.
So that was my next question.
But I think that I would say from experience, once a person shows you who they truly are, you should believe it the first time. Definitely believe it the first time, because the second time and the third time doesn't get any better.
But you're right. And I caught myself because I was sitting here judging you. And this is a no judgment show. We don't judge.
We don't judge.
But when you kept saying, and I went back the second time, and then I tried again for the third time.
When you like somebody, you've been in a situation before where you like somebody and you want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that you ain't who I think that you are.
Even though they showed you who they are.
Even though, but sometimes it takes a third time to really, for you to like figure out who they are. Even though it's like you don't want to believe it, and it's like, you ain't who I think you are.
Does it really take a third time, or are you just refusing to believe what they've given you, what they've shown you?
It's definitely refusing to believe what they've given you.
But what's wild to me is that even for them, you fucked up and you know you fucked up, but you're still okay with coming back and trying. So like, what the fuck makes you think it's going to be different? Like, I've caught you twice already. You come back a third time and you're still doing the same shit, and I catch you again. Mm-hmm. Like, at what point do they look in the mirror and be like, okay, I gotta change?
Well, this particular person, I don't think that they noticed it until the second time, where they were like completely apologetic about the situation, and they actually wanted to be what seemed like 100% into the situationship. By then, it was done for me.
Interesting. So it took you 3 times.
It took you 3 times. So I'm actually curious to know, how long does it take for you all to know when is it an appropriate time to cut someone else off, and what are the signs? Because I feel like we ask for signs, and then when we get the signs, we kind of dismiss the signs as if they're not really signs. But this is what you asked for, and these are the signs. So why not? How long? What does it take? What does the person have to do?
You know, it's funny. It's funny you said that, because I don't know how long it'll take. Mm-hmm. I was with somebody for 3.5 years, and I got cheated on. We fought. Like, it was a whole bunch of shit. And like, the thing that finally told me like it's time to go wasn't anything new. Mm-hmm. It was like some shit that we've been through before, cheating. But the only thing that I guess pushed me away finally was the fact that I realized like there's more to my life than this, which meant location. I moved to a whole different state. And once I realized what I wanted to do for myself professionally or whatever, like, and if they didn't fit into that, I knew, like, okay, I'm done with you fucking me over and hurting me. Like, there's more to me than this. So I need to go chase that, and you're not included. So peace out. So for me, that's what it was, realizing what I needed to do for myself, which pushed me. I guess I was comfortable being with them at that time because I was chilling. I had nothing to do. So it's like, while I'm chilling, let me be with your sorry ass. But eventually, once I found my purpose, I was able to check the deuce. But that's a good question. What holds y'all up? Like, why do you say with these no good ass girls, no good ass boys, like whatever? Like, what keeps you?
And I mean, it's 2021. So you don't really have an excuse at this point. Like, you've been through everything else, a whole panoramic. Why the hell you staying with these people? If they ain't good for you and they ain't good for you, why are you wasting your time?
Drop a comment. Let's talk about it.